So, you know, violence with violence, not smile with violence.
Eto, ovdje mi on na drugi način pokušao objašnjavati neke stvari, način koji nikad nisam upoznao s tom životu.
And he was trying to explain to me the way of life that I never experienced before in my life.
Eto, malo pomalo jednostavno vratila mi se volja za život i sam shvatio da u biti sve stvari što mi govori, da mi govori za moje dobro.
And then, you know, little by little I start to realize that he wants me good, and he was trying to teach me good things, so that will for life little by little came back into me.
Sve stvari što je govorio, on ih je radio.
Because all things that he was telling me, he was doing those things at the same time.
To možda po prvi put u svom životu ima se jedan konkretni primjer ispred sebe.
So maybe first time in my life I have a really concrete example in front of myself.
Jedan stvarno istinski primjer.
One truly example.
Eto, ima se momka ispred sebe koji se drogira isto kao ja.
I had a guy who was using drugs as I did.
I koji je sad išao naprijed sa nevjerojatno voljom za život.
And that guy was going ahead with the big steps, with enormous energy for life.
Eto, puno puta sam se pitao kako.
And many times I was asking myself how is it possible?
Eto, poslije puno vremena u zajednici dobija se nije odgovor.
And after a long time in this community I got the answer.
Dobija se odgovor da se one stvari, da sreća jednostavno dolazi iz materijalnih stvari, nego da dolazi unutar mene.
I learned that happiness is not coming from the material things, but the happiness is coming inside.
Nego ako hoću biti zadovoljan, da trebam biti Isusov prijatelj.
So if I want to be happy and satisfied, I have to be friend of Jesus.
Eto, da trebam znati oprostiti.
It is important to know that we have to forgive, how to forgive.
Da se treba znati nasmijati kad nema volje.
And also to be able to laugh even when I have no reason for that.
Eto, trebam slušati.
Also, he learns how to listen to others.
Eto, trebam baciti sve maske sa sebe.
And that I have to throw away all my masks.
Eto, i kao prva stvar da trebam moliti.
And the first thing also that I have to pray.
I zato mogu reći da je zajednica stvarno jedno veliko čudo za mene.
And I can say, because of all things, you know, that this community is a big miracle for me.
Eto, za čitavu moju porodicu isto tako.
And also for my family as well.
Eto, moja porodica prije bila stvarna porodica u rasulu.
Because my family before, you know, it was a family which was falling apart.
Eto, svi su imali nekih problema, otac sa alkoholom, ja sa drogom, brat isto tako.
Everyone in my family had a certain problems. My father has a problem with the drinking problem. His brother also some problems with the drugs.
Unutar sebe moja majka jednostavno bila najtužnija žena na ovome svijetu.
And his mother, he says he was the most... this is not funny, but you know, his mother was so sad, like, you know, the saddest woman in the world, he says, and he says after my mother.
Rada sam se počela jednostavno vraćati kad smo počeli pitati pomoć od Boga.
And then the joy came back into our life when we start asking help from God.
Eto, danas sam mogu samo reći da je moja familija jedna familija koja stvarno je zadovoljna.
And I can tell you today that my family is really content.
Eto, ma ne zaslugo naša.
But not because of our favors, of our rewards.
Eto, nego sigurno zaslugo neko koji je viši, koji je iznad nas.
But probably because of God, because of somebody who is more superior than we are.
Eto, hvala.
Thank you.
Somebody from this place, was it? Who's gone through before him?
Yeah, that's right.
And then would he then become maybe a guardian angel to somebody else?
Exactly.
Right.
Pita ko je dijelit, razumijem, ako da ne mogam pregovoriti. Johnny ne zna engleski. Johnny doesn't speak English. So I have to tell him what is Johnny. Pita za Anđela čuvara, to je uvijek neko ko je iz zajednice i nakon što se prođe taj period, sad i ti možeš nekome biti ko dolazi novi, tako? Yeah, okay.
Is there a time when they graduate, so to speak, and return to the world? That they stay completely well or whatever?
Kad dođe vrijeme za vratit se nazad u normalni život, je li to određeno s nekakvim rokovima ili... Mislim, ja znam točno kako to ide, ali eto, neko ne to čuju od vas. I can tell you the answer, but I said, because you know, I was listening to different testimonies here in the community, different guys, but they would like to answer.
Evo,
So we can...
nema, šta ja znam, jedan momak odlučuje kad će izaći iz zajednice sam, znači nema nekog određenog roka.
Ne odlučuje sam.
Odlučuje sam.
The one who wants to leave community, he's making his own decision.
To obično se ostaje u zajednici 3 do 4 godine.
And usually they are staying in the community 3 or 4 years.
I poslije toga, ako momak ima želju u dogovoru sa sestrom ili Liro, izaće iz zajednice.
And then if that guy really wants to go out from the community, he has to talk with Sister Elvira and, you know, to see her opinion. Is he ready or not to leave community?
They seem to be living in an order of like religious, like monks. Do any of them go into religion?
Pita da se čini obzirom na način života koji vodite ovdje kao religiozni način, je li neko otišao možda u svećenike odavde? Ili u bilo kakve redove?
Ja imamo 2 momka koji idu u školu za svećenike, znači.
Yeah, they have 2 guys from the community who are... If they feel, you know, that they need to go back or if they have any kind of problems. Many of them, they were coming back a few times. They have also situations when, for example, somebody is leaving community, completely healed, but still not ready for the life outside, okay? He's not maybe socialized enough, and then he starts using drugs again, and then after a while he comes back to the community. And after 4 or 5 years of the community, he said that they were coming back. Because it's not enough only to stay in a community. It's important to know the way how he stays here in the community. Community is offering to you the certain way of life. But community at the same time respects your freedom, so you can choose it or, you know, you can... There are many guys who are coming here to the community and they try to live here, but they never accept. Yeah, it seems like they are in prison, for example, for 2-3 years, or in the army. That's the way how they are wasting their time, actually. Yeah, because, for example, when they leave community, there is no bell which rings you for the prayer. Nobody is telling you, be honest, live the Christian way of life, be honest with your wife, respect her or husband. Because outside of the community we are alone, together with our conscience. And many guys, you know, who were here in the community, they lost that outside things that they used to have, their happiness, their joy and he's again sad and that empty, like he was before he started using drugs. And then he starts to using drugs again. So some number of them, they went out, but they came back. And those guys, he says that that's a big gift for them. Because that's a warning, we are able to learn on their mistakes. It's not easy to come back. You can imagine how difficult it is to come back to the community again after 4 years living with the same guys, you know, and then you are coming again and you have to admit that you've been lying all the time. And he says that when they come back, they respect them a lot and they want to give them hand.
Thank you. How you initially gained
social agencies or
Pita kad neko hoće se uključiti u zajednicu, da li treba preporuka, recimo, od okviru, recimo, na primjer od institucije, iz bolnice, ono, ili ti možeš samo doći zakucati na vrata i reći ja bi se htio priključiti. Da treba preporuka od nekoga. No, they don't need any references. They exactly
come to the door.
Come to the door, knock the door, you know, I want to
Dosta da momak dođe ovdje i roditelji, ona s kim ljudi da su poznan sa zajednice, dođemo pričati s nama.
It's enough, you know, if the parents of that person, you know, come with him.
Yes.
So, because they need to talk with probably somebody with in charge.
Poslije toga roditelj dođe tu i napravi 3 razgovora s nama, jedan put sedmično.
And then the parents, they have to come only parents, 3 times in a row every week to make necessarily conversation with the members here.
Da se upoznali kako radi zajednica i kako funkcionira.
Because the parents, they have to know how community works and how
Dobro, da.
everything functions here.
Tako da se već znaju ponašati prema sin ili čeri već u kući.
So that they know in advance how to treat their son or their daughter in a house before that person enters
Kada
community.
poslije momak dolazi na te razgovore, četvrti put dolazi u kuću.
And then for the 4th time, that guy or girl, they are coming for conversation, for dialogue.
I rade te razgovore 10 puta.
And that person is coming here maybe 10 times.
I služi da vidimo ko ima bolje.
And then they are able to see how that person is willing to come and to change their life.
Kada momak dođe i provede s nama isto jedan dan, cijeli dan, da vidi stvarno kompletno što.
Or maybe, you know, one person is coming here to spend 1 day to see, you know, the way of life here in
Opet
Medjugorje.
ode kući da promisli o svemu
And then he goes back home to think about it.
i onda postupi u zajednicu.
And then he comes back again and enter community. That's the procedure, let's say.
Tako je za Hrvate, za Italijane, za Francuze u Francuskoj, za Austrijance.
That's for everybody, for the Croatian in Croatia, for the Italians in Italy, for Americans in America, so that's the same procedure for everyone.
Ova kuća je malo posebna, jer ima stranaca osudje, dolaze u grupe, evo dolaze momci od drugih zemalja.
This house is a little bit different, and you know, because of Medjugorje community, there are so many people who are coming from all over the world, and that's why they have so many nationalities here in this community.
Tako momak dođe radi sa roditeljem, ovdje nađe jednu sobu i dolazi doma radi te dane, možda 15-20 puta i onda uđe u zajednicu.
For example, one person is coming here with the parents as a pilgrim, and they're staying here in the village, but they are coming, you know, every day in order to join community. And that's how they have all these different nations here in Medjugorje. But for example, in Split, in their house in Croatia, they have only Croatians, or in Italy, only Italians.
Where in the States did you say the community was located? Someplace in Florida?
Yeah, St. Augustine, Florida. Sveti Augustin na Floridi, baš ako imate tamo adrese, I think if you need, you know, like they have addresses of, for example, for that house in United States, most of you here are Americans and there is Australian group as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have, you will see when we finished, you will go to that little souvenir shop and they have maybe some materials if you're interested, because most of the people, at least they know somebody who is in trouble, you know, with the drugs or alcohol or whatever, so they can give you some more information, giving you addresses, that contact telephones or whatever. Yes, ma'am.
What happens when the people leave the community? Is there some sort of a support group for them out in the wider community? Can they, do they form a group of support for each other?
Kaže, kad neko napusti zajednicu, da li postoji nekakva grupa podrške van zajednice koja se brine o tom, recimo, mladiću koji je otišao iz zajednice? Je li ima neko, znaš?
Ovako, jedan momak izlazi iz zajednice, obično izlazi sa drugim momcima, izlazimo 2-3.
He says that usually they are living community like 2 or 3 of them together.
Eto, baš zato da bi prebrodili one prve teškoće skupa.
Because it's very important to go through the difficulties together in the beginning.
Zato što smo zajedno stvarno jači.
Because together it says that they are much stronger.
Ili puno puta jedan momak koji izlazi iz zajednice priključuje se momcima koji su već znači prije baka.
For example, if one is going out and he just joined the others who are already outside for some time.
koji sigurno mogu pomoći u puno situacija.
And then, you know, those people, they can help to that person in order to find a job, you know, or to find a place to stay, you know.
Eto, tako da smo ih skupa kao jedna familija.
They are always together as a family, and there are always somebody outside, so that's actually answered on your question, that there is support group outside in order to help those guys who are leaving community.
How long have these boys been in here?
These two, koliko se vas dvojica u zajednici? Koliko se...
Ako žene neće, ne smijem ja više.
Yeah. They don't want to tell you. Okay.
Vrijeme nije bitno.
Because time is not important.
Good.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned before a couple of successful stories of a couple joined the priesthood, a couple became missionaries. Any of them found themselves a beautiful wife and had a family of their own?
I don't understand.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah,
talking?
yeah.
Somebody is talking. I cannot hear you.
Kitchen.
Kitchen. Yeah. No, ništa rečeno nije.
Jesi se oženili, ne? Jesi se oženili? Ona kaže, neki su išli u svećenike, neki u misionare, a jesu se neki oženili kao naši?
Koji su napustili zajednicu ili...
Kad ono, ti kao, izliječeni, da li su se
Ima i
oženili?
tako.
Ta kuco, la cuisine. Pitali su se oženili neki, da, ovi koji neki su otišli u svećenike, a neki... Jel ima koji su se oženili?
Većina se oženi, hvala Bogu.
Yeah, he said most of them they get married. What? That was the question?
Yeah.
Already? Yeah, they have their families, you know, usually if everything is fine after they left community, then they start their own families. They get married, behave themselves. Yes, ma'am.
Are any of them married when they come here?
Imali, je bilo žene? Nije, naravno, kad ulaze u zajednicu. Oh yeah, the question is, are they married before they enter community?
Ima slučajeva da je možda momak ili muž narkoman, a žena nije, da bi poslije ona ušla u zajednicu.
There are certain situations when, for example, husband is a drug addict and wife is not. And then he's in a community and then she comes after in order to help.
Može napraviti jedno iskustvo, da bi šta to radi u zajednici.
Yeah, because, for example, for married couples, it's very important that the healthy one, okay, wife or husband, whoever, comes here to the community to see the way how they live and how they can help.
Dakle, cure nisu jedni sve narkomanke.
Because there are, you know, girls here in a community, so they are not necessarily all drug addicts. And there are children as well, because some of those people, they used to have families
I
before.
one su našle puno stvari za promijeniti.
And those girls, they also found a lot of things to change in the community.
There are sometimes find that it's difficult to reach out to young teenagers, particularly teenage boys, I guess, to get them to express themselves emotionally. Do the boys have any recommendations for parents in that way?
Da li imate vi možda nekakvu preporuku kako bi djeca koji su tineđeri, recimo, kako bi se lakše otvorili svojim roditeljima i rekli svoje emotivne probleme?
Vrlo teško pitanje, stvarno.
He said that that's a very tough question.
Zato je to što prijateljstvo s roditeljima treba praviti od kada su znači mali.
You have to start this process, making a friendship, parents with the children and children with the parents, since they are very small.
Roditelj je taj koji treba ići u susret, koji treba raditi na tome da stvori prijateljstvo sa svojim sinom, sa svojim
And
čovjekom.
his opinion is that the parent is one who needs to build that relationship with the child.
Jer ako se ne stvori to prijateljstvo, poslije kad se dođe do 14-15 godina, kad nastanu prvi problemi, stvarno je teško povjeriti se.
Because if you don't have that relationship with the parents from the very beginning, then when you are 14 or 15 years old and when you run onto the first problems, it's very difficult to open up yourself and to tell to your parents your problems.
Znate, ono što želim reći, da sigurno ne treba ni tražiti da riješi te probleme, onako kao što smo mi pokušali, znači banka, na ulici, drogi.
And it's very important, he says, you know, that now you heard his experience and his life, you know, not to solve problems that you have with your kids at home to solve them on the street or outside of the house. It's important that you solve the problems inside your family, inside your house.
Ako se ne može s roditeljem, možda treba potražiti pomoć na drugim mjestima, kao što je crkva.
If it's not possible to do it with the parents in a house, at home, then maybe we can do that in a church. Maybe try to find help from the church.
Gdje se isto može naći svećenike, puno momaka i cura koji stvarno to može se pomoći jedno od drugog.
Because you can always find a nice priest who is able to help. What's that? Okay. Battery's finished.
Battery's finished.
You said they can come to the door and the community will accept them. Is there a certain age group that the community will not go below that age group in accepting, or does it start at a certain age where they will start accepting them into the community?
Da li postoji dobna granica za prihvaćanje momaka? Znači možeš doći sa 14, sa 30, sa 46? O tome se
Imaš od 15 do 47 godina.
There is no actually a line, okay? If you are 14, like they have community guys from age 15 till 47.
Ja gledamo da su muci stariji od 18 godina, ovo imamo 3 samo mlađa, to je slučajno izbavljeno.
Actually, they have 3 guys who are younger than 18, okay? And everyone else, and he said that by accident that we took them, but usually they have, you know, more than 18 years. Because they need at least 2-3 years, you know, to reach that point, you know, so that they need really medical or expert help when they are using drugs. Usually they start at that age, 14, and after 3-4 years they're already 18, you know, and then they need help. Yes, ma'am.
Once they enter the community, is there a time limit set on how long they can stay here?
Kad uđu, je li postoji, to smo već odgovorili, kao koliko dugo trebaju stati? To nema.
U zajednici? Koliko je potrebno?
No, there is no limit.
Najmanje 3 godine.
They can stay at least 3 years. Okay, at least 3 years, but there are no limits. They can stay longer, you know, or they can stay shorter. Depends what they choose.
Could they share the success rate of Sisters program compared to the chemical programs that are available through the governments? Can they share the success rate that Sister has with the program as compared to the government programs that are run?
Da li možda znate procentualno kolika je uspješnost izlječenja ovakvim putem uz rad i molitvu od onog koji ide medicinskim tretmanom, mislim, tabletama, heptanolima i...
Evo ovako, ja nikad u životu svom nisam upoznao jednog čovjeka koji se sličio droge sa medicinskim putem.
Tommy says that he never met a person in his life who was a drug addict and who healed himself with the medical help, with the tablets or I don't know, with all these chemical things.
Ako ih ima, možete ih izbrati na prste.
And if there are those people, you can count them on your fingers.
Eto, stvarno smo probali u našem životu milion puta na taj način riješiti stvar.
And he says that they tried million times in their lives to solve the problem that way.
A droga nije jedna bolest.
Because the drugs, to be a drug addict, it's not like a
Ne može
sickness
se
illness.
liječiti tabletom.
And you cannot be healed by tablets, by I don't know, chemical things.
Eto, kad država daje narkomanima tablete, to je jednostavno legalno drogiranje ljudi.
When government is giving pills to the drug addicts, he says that that's actually legally, you know.
Samo da bi ih držala mirne.
So that only that they can be calm.
Zato što zna ako jedan popije 20-30 tableta, 10 ovisi, da neće ići krasti.
Because they know if somebody is, I don't know, taking 20 or 10 or 30 pills, he will be really quiet and he's not going to steal around.
Ali kad više nema tableta, on je opet isti unutar sebe i ide opet raditi istu
But after
stvar.
they use those pills, you know, when they waste the pills, that person is same again.
Znači treba se promijeniti unutra.
So the point is that drug addicts, they have to change their insides. They have to be changed inside.
Treba tražiti korijene puno prije.
So they have to try to find the roots before, so there is no chance that you can, basically that's the answer on your question, that you can heal somebody with the medical or chemical things.
Znam puno momaka koji se zove zajedno.
Koliko ima, recimo, ili znaš koliko procenat momaka, he doesn't know exactly the percentage of the people, who left community and healed completely, but he said that there are lots of them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, one more question and we have to finish because we already took them an hour and a half.
You say that they don't deal medically with this at all, but what about when if the people are addicted and they're going to withdraw symptoms for the first initial period of treatment, they still don't use any medicine at all?
No, ona kaže pošto smo već rekli da nema nikakvih tableta, čak ni kroz onaj prvi period kad vi provodite apstinencijsku krizu pri ulasku u zajednicu. Ni tada nema nikakvih tableta.
Čajno, sam piješ puno čaja da se to ne čistiš.
No, he says you have to drink a lot of tea in order to, to purify yourself. No medicines at all. That's the point, when they are going through that first step, the first abstinential crisis, then they have that guardian angel. And nobody died of that, he says.
Cold turkey.
Yeah?
What part of the cold turkey there, how does the guardian angel handle someone who's very strong and very angry and physically rebel? Physically attack? How do you deal with it with your physical rebellion?
Ono kad ti imaš, kad je tvoj guardian angel, ti si kao ogroman, velika, on je nekakav mali, kako se zaštititi ako ga napadneš ti, obzirom kad prolaziš kroz tu krizu, što se dešava.
Volim da pobjegam.
Keep away, is that? Listen, guys, I would like to thank you also on behalf of the members of the community. We have to finish because it's already 5:30, and if you want to make it some time for evening service in the church, maybe if the chapel here is empty right now, they would like to show you the icon which is at the altar, and then we can, and then we can say the prayer, and it's actually a story. And that story has a very profound meaning. This icon represents the resurrection of the whole world. Of course, in the first place, this icon represents their resurrection. Because as a person, they were almost dead. And Jesus took us out from the grave the same way how Jesus here is taking out Eve, Adam and Eve. Because as you know, Adam and Eve, they were dead because of their sin. And the same way how they were dead. You can see by the expressions of the faces on Eve's and Adam's face that they are not really happy, they're a little bit sad, they have gray hair. Because the sin makes your face look like a doll face. You can see that Eve is missing one hand. That's the hand that she lost when she actually dragged Adam after they commit sin. But also you can see that Eve has the same clothes in the same colors like Mary. And that represents that Mary, Our Lady, is a new mother of humanity. And Adam, he has the same clothes like St. Joseph. The blue color represents humanity. The brown color represents acceptation.
svih pravila moguće ne bi trebalo odbaciti Mariju.
He explained that when Mary was pregnant with Jesus, Joseph was supposed to reject her according to every rule.
Eto, prošle preko svih pravila, preko svih zakona i prihvatio.
But he rejected all those laws and rules and he accepted her.
Tako je Sveti Josip simbol, znači, ljudnosti i prihvatnosti.
So Saint Joseph is a symbol actually of humanity, of somebody, who accepts things in the world, in their life.
Vidimo s ove strane tri osobe koja su, prva osoba je kralj David.
And you can see these three persons here. The first one is King David.
Druga osoba je njegov sin, kralj Salomon.
The other one is his son Solomon.
Treći je prorok Ilija.
And the third one is prophet Isaiah.
S ove strane vidimo četiri osobe.
Elijah.
S ove strane vidimo četiri osobe.
And then you can see these four persons on the other side.
Ove sve osobe skupa, to su osobe koje su u svom životu činile neko dobro.
And all together we can say that these four people, these are the people who did good deeds in their lives.
Sad se nalaze u raju obećanja zemlje, to je prema površine.
And now they are in a heaven, in a promised land, because that green color represents.
Primjećujemo da sve osobe gledaju Isusa samo kralj Salomon gledao od svog oca Davida.
We can also see that all these persons on the icon, they are looking upon Jesus. Only David is looking at his son Solomon.
To predstavlja znači primjer oca koji treba imati znači sina, koji treba sina. To predstavlja znači ako otac radi dobro, da je sin čisto radi dobro.
And that represents if father is doing good, then son will do good as well.
Na ovoj strani ima četiri osobe, originalno nikom je samo tri osobe.
Ove tri osobe.
Ima ih četiri, originalno su tri.
There are four persons here and
Originalno nikom.
but in original icon there are three of them.
Sestra je Vera htjela staviti četvrtu osobu. To je jedan momaka koji su bili u ovoj zajednici, koji su bili seropozitivni, znači koji su bili koji su bili.
But Sister Elvira originally, so when they were making this icon, when they were looking the image and making this icon, there were three persons, but Sister Elvira wanted to put four of them because there was a guy here in the community who had AIDS and he died.
Da je takvim momaka u ovoj zajednici stvarno bilo puno.
And there were so many of them in this community.
Sa svojim primjerom imali su stvarno jako bolji za život, davali se jednostavno bolji za život i drugim momcima.
But they were very strong and they were giving an example by their lives to the others in the community.
Vjerojatno znali su da će umreti možda s jednog dana na drugi, niste imali kraj.
All of them actually, they know that they will die very soon, but they never have fear.
Eto, da sestra Elvira kaže da imamo jednu takvu kuću na nebu isto tih momaka koji mole za nas.
And Sister Elvira says that there is one house of those guys also in heaven and that they are praying for them. Ovo je, znate kako, to su različni momci zajednice koji...
Ove planine predstavljaju snagu Duha Svetoga.
Those mountains, they present the power of the Holy Spirit.
Znači, ovo snagu je od svakog od nas.
So that's the strength that each one of us has.
Koja predstavlja naša da smo svi skupa da smo jači.
So if we are all together, we are more stronger.
Eto, ko što znate, ova zajednica se zove Cenacolo baš iz tog razloga.
And you know that the name of the community is Cenacolo or Campo della Vita, and that's the reason why. We are more life in your language.
Što kad smo bili sami, bili smo slabi.
Because when we were alone, we were weak.
Eto, tu smo se skupili i postali smo jači, počeli smo raditi nešto.
And then we gather here, and then we become stronger, and we start to build something.
Vidimo neki odlučeno bijelu bojištu predstavlja čistoću.
You can see also that Jesus is dressed in a white dress.
Ova tri slova znači ja sam onaj koji nisam.
And these three letters means I'm the one who I am, and the white color represents purity.
Ova znatna traka predstavlja da je on prvi svećenik koji je svišta na zemlju.
The golden tray that he had over his vestments represents that he is the first priest who came on the earth.
Isusovo lice rađeno je 3 puta, znači mogu se ga raditi 3 puta.
The face of Jesus has been done 3 times. So the guy.
Prvi put ispalo, gledalo je samo jedan kanton.
First time when they painted, the face of Jesus was looking in only one corner.
gledali svakog od nas.
And the third time, it was perfect, the way how they wanted to be. And if you look a little bit closer and a little bit more, closeness, then you will notice that Jesus is looking at each one of us.
To znači da Isus misli na svakog od nas na poseban način.
So that means that Jesus thinks about each of us in a special way.
Ovdje dolje je tama, znači pakao.
And here down, that's the darkness, the hell.
I ovdje vidimo lance, što su znakovi ropstva.
You can see the chains down here, which are signs of slavery.
Predstavlja da Isus, eto, jedin ima snage da dođe, da siđe tu našu drogu, te naš grijeh i da razbije te lance.
And that's actually symbolically how Jesus is the only one who has enough strength to come down into that darkness and break those chains of darkness.
Ali prije nego što je to napravio, mora je patiti, znači mora je umriti i to predstavlja tri.
But before he did it, he had to suffer and he had to die, and these three nails actually represent that.
Ovdje vidimo vrata pakla.
Also, you can see the door of hell here.
Da vrata pakla stavili smo predsjedno kajstvo, znači veliko posljedno.
And also inside that door we put
Možda je prikazali, ko što sam prije rekao, Isus jedin ima snage da siče.
In order to show, how Jesus is the one who has strength to show us, and to go from darkness into the light.
Dobro na kraju ipak ima zadnju riječ.
So that the good always has the last word.
Inače ovo igru napravili su tri momka iz ove kuće.
And this icon was made by three guys from this house.
Dakle, tu tehniku naučila ih jedna časna sestra koja je došla ovdje iz Jeruzalema.
And the technique they were taught by one sister who came here from Jerusalem. And also one thing that I want to share with you, that those guys who were made icons, they never knew before that they have artistic abilities.
You gotta do something with this. Take it home with you.
So Phyllis, tell us about your excommunication.
I just got an
Well, you really
invitation
got I understand he came from the cardinal himself.
But it's gospođo nije dobro.
Gospodin.
No, gospođo nije dobro.
No, gospođa, gospodin.
Gospodin. No, gospođo.
No, gospodin, za me.
O, gospodin?
Gospodin.
Nije dobro.
Ja. Wow.
Nije dobro. Why? Fresh.
You can't have any though because you're allergic. Pardon me?
You saw this on
Yes, I did. I saw
Good for you.
And she sits here very calmly.
No.
She walked in and didn't say a word. Went upstairs and it came down and told us
That's a
about
very special moment.
Tell us what it looked like again.
Well, it looked like it had a disc around it, or on it, so that I could look straight at it. And it had all different colors around it. It looked like it was spinning. Then it started to make like pink hearts.
You're not sure.
Oh, it wasn't buggy.
I go bus to Zagreb tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I get to Zagreb at 6 in the morning. And then I take a train to Budapest. And I get to Budapest at 12:30 in the afternoon. And I stay there until the next day, stay overnight with a friend of mine. And I go to Amsterdam. Flight from Budapest to Amsterdam. I'm in Amsterdam for an hour and a half, and then I fly to Paris for 3.5 days.
This trip is called the Penitential Riding.
Then I fly to JFK from Paris and stay overnight in Richard's parents. And then I fly out of Newark to Buffalo the next day.
These guardian angels, they really have to do double time. You know, checking with Peter. Where the heck is Paul today?
Now, you're going to Amsterdam kind of a long way, but is, you going to see someone up there?
He never does anything locally.
Straight.
Straight through. Never.
Well, I initially was going to spend one day in Amsterdam, but I couldn't. I was supposed to come home a week ago. I was supposed to already be home. Actually, tonight I would have been home.
Oh, wow.
But I decided to extend the trip for a week. But in order to change that, I had 3 flights. I had a Continental flight, an Air France flight, and an Austrian Airlines flight. So I had to change all 3 of those. Actually, I had to change 2 of them. The Austrian I lost because they wouldn't. It was a special fare, so that I couldn't do anything with it. So I had to buy a flight from Budapest.
Right.
Flights out of Budapest are really inexpensive. So I spent 4.5 weeks there. Did a lot of traveling from there. So anyway, on a flight from Budapest to Paris via Amsterdam is $145 one way. So that's why.
Wow.
Yeah.
That Budapest, that's Air...
Molly.
Alzheimer's. You know the nice part about that disease? Alzheimer's is a great disease. You get to meet new people every day.
Oh, God.
We don't dare tell her nobody wants it.
Oh, no, don't do that. Please.
Oh.
How could you do that? I got sick. I think it's something. What now table? What? I've never doing that.
Too much weekend.
Sorry.
You know why? It's the presence of the rock. The rock is giving off. The rock is giving off an auroras.
Where is that rock, by the way? It's upstairs in my, it's upstairs in our altar.
No.
If you close your eyes and your ears, you'll hear it.
Well, let them see it first. You know what? I can't take the sun.
You're broken out a little.
See?
Yeah.
Sun.
Some people are allergic to tulips. You're sitting very
I'm
close.
not, I must feel like my
Tulips?
husband, he has tulips.
Oh, they can be violent. The W. W's like a V.
Good advertisement for Coca-Cola.
We could make money on this,
We
you
can
know?
make up a commercial. Let's
There we
make
go.
up a commercial. I don't know what's happening over here.
Yeah,
You might be allergic to that goulash.
No. Yes, please. No, it's not, it's okay. Come and sit.
Cake and I eat cake.
Yeah, but...
You dinner, eat cake and I eat cake.
Yeah?
She cooks just like my mom.
Mr. Claire, did you read any more of the book?
Yes, I did. Really?
Would you pass the
And I'm going to try to get it at the library. As soon as we can be able to get it to this, but I came back this afternoon and I forgot his own. Yeah. Do you have any Lombardos in your family? I'm at the part where, you know where you left your, I just finished
Right
that.
there.
I just started the next chapter.
Then she looked at me.
That's really, that's wonderful, that's really. And how's Mother Angela getting involved in this?
Well, she has her program. You ever listen, did you ever look at her program? Well, she has many guests on her program.
Oh, and he was a
I think
guest.
she screens them before they go on. A couple of them, she was a little disappointed, I understand. They came on
do you think of it, Richard?
Well, I enjoy it. Wait! They gotta do it on their own anyway. No,
I heard that and I ignored it.
You're headed in the wrong direction.
I didn't hear what she said. I heard that and I ignored it.
I think you all would make wonderful husbands, the way you help and...
Well, they gotta work in the rectories anyway.
Would you like more before I clear this? I don't want to start too much.
You're okay.
She's from Long, Phyllis is from Long.
My parents
We're a few blocks from each other.
Oh, really?
Did you guys know each other
Parents and my
before?
husband and I have Cenacolo.
She used to be around.
Oh, really?
Went back to...
Oh, that's how you know the people.
Oh, I know him from years. I know him since he was a little boy.
I thought about that.
Richard?
When we arrived, everybody assumed that I was her husband. So I sent Mitchell a postcard, and I never realized we looked so much alike. Oh, Phyllis, how are you? Oh, is this your husband? I had people coming up and saying, oh, how's your wife? I'm like, excuse me? I think I have to be confused with somebody else. I said, no, you know, the lady that's right there. We're just friends.
The one that walks with a limp on the side of the hill. Her name's Eileen.
You know what, Dragon Rock? I have to get a better glance. That's why I'm busy.
Sure, I saw it.
You old one, you have my fiat. I want to die. We need to go to Zagreb. We're driving in the morning.
What's the matter with you?
No, I need to make that phone call, and I...
Get up and go.
Should I just make it at the house?
Yes.
Where at the house is the phone?
Go in.
You go past the wine cellar.
No.
Oh, wait. Did you see the wine cellar?
No.
But how are you supposed to talk into the phone?
You gotta see it.
Really? Right in front of me is a little black phone. Yeah. Well, you could knock first, knock the other door that you see.
You gonna tell her where to stand?
So you want to
You
use the
gotta
phone.
promise not to stay though.
You gonna tell her where to stand?
Where to stand?
Yeah.
And you have to stand facing the church.
Yeah. Well, one finger in your ear. Stand on one foot. You go like this. And dial E.T.
Portable? It'll work in that house. Look at the size of that knife. Where are you going with that thing?
He's gonna cut the ice cubes. Edit that out. Oh. Nobody's got her at all.
I've been in pictures. I'm in pictures.
Yeah, we don't have you in pictures.
I'm in pictures.
I don't know. All the time we got you.
That's- yeah.
You know, you're going to make a very good you're very obedient.
Thank you.
You follow all directions, move out now.
How long have you been in Manchester?
Just 3 years.
3 years. Where'd you start?
Surprising, isn't it? You
No,
thought
where'd
it
you,
was-
I thought you just maybe lived in a year or two. 3 years.
Oh.
Whereabouts? Where'd you start?
Where?
Yeah.
Where did you start?
I mean, where were you to go in the invitation? You're still in.
What's your order? Julie, the order Julian. She's from England.
Happy birthday.
Commemorate June 5th. We're making a party for Paul.
I wanted a party, so I'm getting a party.
Ready? Emma, yes, this
Spanish way.
Is it your birthday, Paul, or just a fun?
It's a farewell.
It's my
Farewell.
It's my going away party.
Okay. Au revoir, chantez, c'est à tout. D'autres Paris pour moi.
Yes. Well, look at the thing.
No, it's...
Okay, you would
Also commemorates Sister Claire's joining us on Wednesday.
So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So No, take the boss and take the cake.
In honor of the best man, these are all the bridesmaids.
You want to get a little closer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to hit you with the cake.
Come on, would you like in with the program?
Yeah, we can recover habits.
Oh, sorry about that.
Mazel tov, and may God be with you wherever you
There you go.
We're gonna send one to you provincial.
Lots of luck. Remember, it's